Just chilling.
Yeah.
Yup.
Cool.
Yeah, buddy. That was weird.
What was weird?
My phone, my watch is on and unlocked, but my phone gave the notification that your text message came through. So I don't know what that was about.
Neither do I.
Whatever.
Neither do I.
Whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
I went to hide the sidebar on Apple News, and it hid the whole application. It just yeet.
Why would you do that though, Joe? That seems stupid.
Why would I hide the sidebar? Because I have nothing to talk about this week.
What?
I mean, literally, news-wise, there was just nothing that I cared for this week.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on.
The news app quit unexpectedly. Do you want to reopen it? I've already opened it, so no.
But yes. But no. But do I? What?
But I do.
Did your news app crashing make mine go batshit too? What the fuck?
Probably.
What the hell? That's
Did
nonsense.
It just crash on you too?
Yeah. That's not good.
Nope.
Okay. Right.
So since I don't have anything, do you have anything?
News-wise, not really. Because, not a whole lot has happened in the last week, news-wise. We can talk about some television programs that we both have recently started at least watching, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. If neither of us really has anything to talk about news-wise, we could just jump into the couple of releases that have happened over the past couple of weeks. I haven't made it much further. I say much further. I haven't made it further at all in Sandman or Paper Girls, which I'm sure that you've either made it past the first episode in both of those, if not completed at least one of them. And then you also saw Bullet Train, which I have not seen yet. But
We did not see Bullet Train.
what did you guys see?
Mike, we were going to go with Mike to see Bullet Train, but we didn't go because Paige wasn't feeling good, so.
Oh, I thought you guys still went.
No, we were going to, and then she's like, no, my head hurts really bad. I'm just kidding. She didn't say it that way. But she was all gung-ho, and then she got up to get dressed and got lightheaded and said, you know what? No, not feeling better. I was like, cool. So I said, sorry, Mike, can't go.
Sucks in a roundabout way, because that also means that we can go see it sometime.
Yeah.
My brother went and saw it and said it was really fun. It was really fun and funny.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. It's like it's like perfect David, whatever his last name is, like style movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very witty and action packed, and everyone's like just chewing up scenery left and right. I was like, yes, he's a master of his craft.
Good. Bum, bum, bum. Didn't you see a movie last week? Did we talk about that?
Did I see a movie last week?
Because I thought there was another movie that you guys went and saw that I didn't.
Yes. What did we go see? Joseph, what movie did I see?
Look, man, I don't remember even what movies I saw.
Life is a whirlwind of nonsense as of late. Let's go to my wallet app because I'm pretty sure all the tickets are still sitting in there.
Right.
Let's see here. Wow, I really need to go through my movie ticket.
Is your wallet app like your actual wallet?
No.
No, he says.
No, what are you talking about, Joe?
talking about the fact that your actual wallet is so huge you have to take it out of your pocket in order to sit down.
Not anymore. I just do it out of habit more than anything else. No, the last thing it says that I saw through Fandango, at least through my wallet, says it was Nope.
Oh, which we did see. Yeah, no, that was the last thing we saw together.
Oh, that was because that was last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You are correct. I did not see a movie past week, so that's good for both of us. Not really, because that does not help that. No. So the TV shows.
Oh, it was Prey. It was Prey. You guys watched Prey.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched Prey yet.
Yeah, I watched Prey on the.
That's
on
what
the
it was.
old
I knew it was a movie. Now I just remembered.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't in theaters, but it was a movie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see the Prey on the Hulus.
So do you want to talk about that? Just kind of gloss over it?
Sure.
Give your opinions without spoiling too much, because I do want to go into it a little bit without spoilers.
I will not spoil anything that I can think of. So impressions are, I super enjoyed it. I would almost say loved it in a way. So try not to say any spoilery stuff. So the reason I loved it is it kind of like, it's an homage movie, right? To like the we'll consider the only good Predator movies, 1 and 2. But it's an homage for those ones for sure. There's a lot of like almost throwback stuff that like like you kind of like would guess is that what they're gonna use, but it's like they subvert it. They don't do what you think they're gonna do, which is pretty cool. And there's some like moments you're like, oh, that's cool because that's like from the other movie, but like different. The Predator is gnarly, and he is a fucking force to be reckoned with. Like, he is terrifying. The action is fantastic in every aspect of it. The premise of the movie is pretty straightforward. Like, it's obviously the Predator's doing Predator stuff, and the main plot of the movie, besides the Predator stuff, is pretty solid. It's not like super in depth and like heady or anything like that. So you're not trying to like bash you over the head like think about this. They're just like, hey, this is what we're trying to get across, and so on and so forth. It's pretty dope. And it was just like the set pieces, I guess you'd say, the environment that they did was just very different and refreshing. Because like obviously like the first Predator movie takes place in a jungle-ish area. This one takes place in the wilderness, and it doesn't really give the Predator all the same advantages as the first movie or the second movie for all. I mean, because obviously the buildings and shit. But there's a pretty cool usage of it. But there's a point where he just says, "Fuck it, I'm out. Like, let's do this." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck hiding in trees." Apparently, this dude is just walking up and murdering motherfuckers. And there's an element in it that I didn't realize because in the trailers they don't show it to you, and I won't spoil what it is. But there's more than just the Native Americans.
Okay.
So, it's pretty interesting. And there's a part where you're like, oh, what is the Predator doing? You realize it's not the Predator. You're like, oh, this is fucked up. But then you realize what time frame it is. You're like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is a fun time. It's one of the best Predator movies for sure. Of recent, for sure. And to me, I would almost say lives up to 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. And then it's interesting. So obviously nowadays, and this isn't spoiling anything, but nowadays there's a lot to the end of a movie when you go to the credits, stinger scenes, mid-credit scenes, post-credit scenes. And I don't know if I give all this credit to Dan, but I'll give it to Dan Trachtenberg, the director and co-writer of this movie. He does a very interesting stinger-ish type thing at the end that you need to pay attention to when you watch it. So it's not like deep in the credits. It's that like it's like basically like a animated thing during the credits. But if you're not paying attention to the whole thing, you miss it. But there's a detail that basically you're seeing in it, and it's not like setting up a sequel. It's just reconfirming something, I guess you could say, in a way. But I'll let you watch it, and then when you finally get a chance to watch it, we can talk about it a little more. But highly recommend. I really do wish we would have been able to see it on the big screen. But I guess when I looked it up after the fact, I guess it was limited screenings only in LA.
Okay.
Which is shitty, but I guess what happens when you dump it on Hulu, you want to put it there, but come on, be better about it. And I think it would have done really well. Not like blockbuster big, but like it would have done really well for a Predator movie. Like that style movie. In the theaters as well. But what's crazy too is there's no subtitles in this movie. So when they speak non-English lines, there's no subtitles. And at first I was like, well, that's weird, right? Where the fuck am I going to know what they're talking about? And then they show you what they're talking about. I was like, okay.
That's good.
I don't need subtitles, apparently.
Good filmmaking.
Yeah. It's not, because it's not one of those things where like you needed them, like what they're doing, and then they basically show you what's happening. I was like, okay, I'm not supposed to actually know what they said.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to infer what they said by what they're showing me on the screen. So that's cool. But yeah, no, highly recommend. Super fun. Real violent, like real like on-screen violence, not like oh, blah blah blah, this that. No, that's like a lot of like real rough shit right on the screen. I'm like, that's R. That's R for sure.
Was it rated R?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to say it was what they say it was. It was, hold on, let me see if I can pull up
TVMA, because I don't think there's actually an R rating.
Yeah, it might be TVMA. I'm trying to remember if they put something on there. It was like, oh, hey, this, and this, or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I expected to see there. Why is... I fucking hate the Hulu app sometimes.
I don't use it. Why?
So when you go to My Stuff, it breaks it into sections. So like TV, movies, expiring, and then networks, right?
Okay.
But like movies is second for some reason. Like I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it does. Like a lot. Let's see here. What does it say? Oh no, it is rated R. It does say rated R on here. I'm trying to think if it shows. It doesn't show the rating Y on here. You know when you play a movie and it shows it now on the screen, says Y. It was like, it was smoking, nudity, and intense violent gore or something like that. And I was like, what?
There's nudity in this?
Yeah, it's a couple butt cheeks. That's all it really is.
No.
Nothing fucking outlandish. It's not like titties are flying around. But there's a couple nudie butts. And I'll let you know, not a spoiler, her dog doesn't die.
That's good.
So I would have turned that shit off. I'm like, nope, sorry, Dan. You lost me.
Right.
You can kill all the wild animals you want. You harm that dog.
We're done.
We're done, Dan. We're done.
We're done.
Not watching your stuff until a new one comes out. And I probably would have finished the movie, would have been upset at Dan. But there was a moment where you're like, say goodbye. That dog ain't gonna make it. And he makes it, you're like, oh, Dan, what are you doing to me? God damn it.
The dog is the hero.
I mean, yeah, not to spoil stuff, but he does come in clutch a couple times.
That's good.
He's a good boy. As
dogs are.
Yep. Okay, that's all that for Prey, because I say any more, it's going to ruin stuff, and I really want to talk to you about it after the fact.
Yeah.
Moving on to the show I've only watched 2 episodes of.
I'm guessing Paper Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. It's all Prime Video. So what's funny about it is, like, I obviously messaged about when it came out. You know, it's like, oh, it's out, blah blah blah, and we were all excited about it. You know, because that's what we do.
Right. It's a comic series that we both have collected and really enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, cool. Let's watch some Paper Girls. So I was like, and I told you like, oh, all 8 episodes are out, right? So that night I go to watch it. Episode 2 ends. I'm not paying attention. I turn it off, and Paige's like, "What are you doing? You watch more?" And I was like, "No, there's only 2 episodes out." Even though earlier in the day I told you all 8 episodes were out, my brain automatically went to normal releasing of stuff on these networks now, and that it's only 2 episodes. And then it, like, the next day it dawns on me, I was like, wait a minute. So I pulled it up and I was like, man,
could have watched more.
I could have watched more. But then a certain other show came out, and I was like, no, I got to watch this for show, because I could have sworn Joe would be all about it because he was off on Saturday. I thought maybe just sit in his PJs, you know, melt some popcorn, throw it in his face hole while watching Sandman, but he didn't.
I didn't. I was a little bit more restrained, or I don't remember, what did I do last Saturday?
Waited for Mike.
It was one of those days where I just didn't basically do anything.
That's fair.
And I wasn't in the mood to really watch a whole lot of stuff. I only watched, I watched one episode, the first episode of, I think that was another reason why I didn't watch another episode. I've been having problems with Netflix in particular, actually Netflix only, where all of a sudden the audio will cut out.
Yeah. It's a Dolby Atmos issue.
It is.
Yeah.
And it would cause me to have to rewind and then play, and then the audio will be fine for another couple minutes, and then it'll go out. And I looked it up, and yeah, it was a Dolby Atmos thing, and I didn't want to go through the settings and have to change all the settings in my Apple TV. Somebody was, I think Netflix's official website was like, yeah, it's a known issue. Just like turn your stuff off and completely unplug it, and then power everything back on, and it should be fine. It's like, really? This is fucking annoying. Yeah. So I watched the first episode with that issue, every like 5 or 10 minutes having to rewind a few seconds and then hit play again. Like, it'd be really getting good into explaining something, and suddenly the audio would just cut out, and it's just like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Rewind, play, watch, really good. God damn it, rewind, play. Yeah, so I was experiencing that all day. Is there a way that you know of to fix that? Or is it just disabling Dolby Atmos?
No, so what I do...
Netflix?
What I do, it's I've only had it pop up a couple more times, and I just restart my Apple TV. So
okay.
I literally just go in the menu, go down to system, hit restart, and let it go, and then it works fine.
And I did that after I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's the fix for next time. It's stupid because it's the only app that does it, so it's not an actual issue. Nope. With Dolby Atmos and the Apple TV.
It's Netflix.
It's an issue with fucking Netflix.
Yeah, because I went to watch something on Netflix, and it was weird because, you know, like when you go open Netflix, we'll talk about the show in a minute, but you open Netflix and you go to something and it does like the automatic play, like the preview thing, has audio, no problem.
Yeah.
I hit play, no audio. I was like, what the fuck? So I back out, and the preview's playing. I was like, what the fuck is happening? All right, play. No audio. Skip forward. No audio. What? So I back out. I close Netflix, open back up. Preview's playing audio. Click it. No audio. So I'm like, what the hell's happening? And I realized it's in Atmos, and I was like, all right. So I go play something I know I have on like iTunes that has Atmos. Works fine.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe that's the difference. So I go to like a streaming one, right? Like a streaming one. Like obviously Apple's streaming because I don't have it downloaded on my Apple TV. go to like it took me a while to find something on Prime because Prime doesn't really do a good job of showing you what it is. Found something, played fine. I was like, okay. Then I searched. I can't remember what movie it was now. I searched for the exact same movie and it played, and I was like, what? So I went back to Netflix, still not working. I was like, all right. I restarted it, and it worked. And then it happened to me like a week or so later, again, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I realized it's only Netflix that was doing it. I looked it up, and they said the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm like, I'm not doing all that shit.
Right?
Like, fix your shit, dude. This has been weeks at this point.
Literally, just remember that you actually have content that I want to watch because, again, you don't display this anywhere in the Apple TV so that you can remind me that you have content on there that I want to watch.
Exactly.
And now you're expecting me to restart my whole entire Apple TV just to play that one piece of content.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Horse shits.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Watching the first episode, it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch more of it because I did read one thing about it that I just completely whiffed on. And that is that apparently they changed the aspect ratio of it to make it look taller. And the whole idea behind it was to make it look more like dreamy.
Yep. Because,
you know, the content that we're dealing with. And like, I didn't really get that in the first episode.
Well, there's a reason why.
Oh, okay.
So I noticed this when the big trailer came out. Remember, I told you I kept seeing it like it looked weird to me. Something
you did
looked
make
off.
Mention of it, yes.
So what happens whenever it's Dream's perspective? Like you're supposed to be viewing like Dream does.
Ah.
Or if it's a dream, it's elongated. Like everything's not real. So instead of just having because there's like haziness to it too. Like there's like this dream quality, but they change it so it's distorted in a way. But when it's not Dream's perspective, like if you're looking at Dream, like from someone else's perspective, I guess you could say, he looks normal. And like things like it's very, very weird. In the first episode, it only happens when he's not captured. The rest of the time, and then as soon you'll notice it, and if you go back and watch the first episode, as soon as Wheelie Jim Bob breaks the circle, and Dream can literally feel past the thing, and he gets that guard, it changes like that. Because you'll see Dream look, or Morpheus, what do you want to call him? You'll see him look down. It shows that the circle's been broken, and you look back up, everything has like a weird, different look to it, and then that's when the guard goes into the like the dream state.
And I guess I did notice that there, but I assumed that's because we were in the dream state.
Yeah.
Like the way the article made it sound is like that was something that was more intentionally done all throughout the whole entire episode and the rest of the series. Mm-hmm. Is that everything looked elongated and strange. But I get to me that it makes sense that it's in a dream sequence that you make it elongated and strange because that's what I expect it to look like.
Yeah. And then they really juxtapose it when you go to scenes where like someone's in a dream and then not in a dream anymore. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, that's unnerving. Because like the colors kind of like are bright and shiny, and then the real world is fucking dark and dingy, and you're like, don't like that. Don't like that. Yeah, and anytime something is affected by Dream's powers, be it him or someone else, you know what I mean by that, there is that aspect of it where there's a little bit of that change, and then it goes away. And there's scenes where like he's not in it, and then he is in it, and you're like, oh, he's here. It's really cool, and it's a very interesting effect that if you're not really paying attention to, like I didn't notice it a lot in the first episode, and that's obviously a reason why. And then the second episode is heavily involved with Dream and him doing stuff, and you can see it. And they are going full fucking force in this first season. Like they don't pull punches.
No.
At all in this, and I've only finished episode 5 the night before last couple days. Just work has been fucking long as shit, so I get home and I just don't have the energy to do anything other than just make food, eat food, and sit there and let my brain, fall apart.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm chomping at the bit because I'm on like the episode. I'm coming up to episode 6, and everyone online's like episode 6 is like the best episode of television ever made.
Really?
And it's the one with death.
Okay.
And it's just everything about it, it's just every episode is just so good, and like there's little things obviously they had to like change because they don't have the rights to like Batman and stuff like that in the certain Justice League.
That.
So they subvert it in a way, but the best part is they don't. So when they, and this isn't a spoiler for you because you've read the comic books and and listened to the audio. When they switch to John, who has the ruby, and he's in the asylum, he's technically supposed to be in Arkham,
right?
But they don't ever call it Arkham. But he is in a mental hospital,
okay,
like a locked prison guard type one.
Yeah.
And there's the guards have badges on, but I can never really see what they are, like what they say on them. But they never mention. I don't think at all, if I paid attention properly, they never mention what facility he's in. They just call it a hospital at one point. They call it a prison, and they call it a mental ward or mental institution or something like that. But they never specifically say the name of the place.
Okay. Did they change because he's there to see...
He's there. Well, his mom goes to see him. Because remember, he's locked up because he had the ruby and he was killing people with it.
Right.
So he locked him up. And originally, he was Dream was told that oh God, who is it in the Justice League? Oh God damn it, what's his name? Spacing on his name right now. Who it is?
Yeah, I'm spacing on the names too, and that's why I was wondering if they were able to use those particular names.
No, so far they've used nobody who wasn't main Sandman characters.
Okay.
Now I do know for a fact because I saw an image of it, which made me very mad. The Sandman is in it. The pulp hero.
That's what I was actually wondering about that too, because during the first episode, I thought that they would have mentioned that. I'm trying, like, it's been a while since I've read the comic and listened to the audio of it, but I know in that 10-year span, you had that superhero, that Pulp Fiction superhero that came up calling himself the Sandman. And I kept wondering if they would mention it in the first episode, because that first episode spans that 10 years where Dream has gone missing.
More than 10 years, sir.
That was, oh yeah, that's right. It was like
107
years.
107 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but they never mentioned him. So I was wondering about that too, if they would mention him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet, and I only have. How many episodes are there? Is there 10? 10 episodes?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
It's not like the character was a big part of the
no.
of the comic book or anything, but it's still more of just a. Can they use that property? Can they mention it?
I think they can't. Well, I mean, obviously, I think they can because I think they did. Like I said, I saw a picture, and I don't know if it's real or not because I haven't got to the episode yet. But I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, let's do this." Where the fuck? Actually, I'm not even fucking try to use a Netflix interface. Is fucking trash too. Oh, we'll talk about this one. To remind me when we were talking about Paper Girls, how fucked up that whole situation was on Prime Video's shithole app. Still makes me mad every time I fucking use it. The Sandman.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about with that. Okay. Was there anything in the first episode that was different than the comic book? Because I kept thinking that there was, at least with the introduction of the Corinthian. Like, I don't remember him being so prominent in the beginning of the comics.
He was not. That's one of the things they changed.
It was one of the things that they changed. They made him more of a villain.
Right away.
Here.
Yeah.
Right away. Yeah.
10 episodes.
Because that's one of the things I kept thinking. It was like, I know he's definitely in an arc of the Sandman, but it was a later arc. But here they're making him more of a beginning bad guy, which is really a good idea.
Yeah.
To me. it adds a little bit more stakes rather than just Dream trying to get back his stuff. He now has to get back his stuff and stop the Corinthian from killing people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
so
in.
I do like that at least that change that they made.
Yeah.
They probably made some more, and I just cannot think of if they've made any more changes to it.
I mean, the time frame obviously is different because they actually, in this, they make Dream in prison longer.
So it was like 10 years in the comic, wasn't it?
No, it was like, I think it was like 70-something years in the comic books. Because it was set in the early 80s.
Okay.
And this obviously is in the 2000s. The 2020s? Where the fuck, I don't even know how you say that now. So they jumped it a bunch more. I think they added 30 more years on it. Or whatever, but... Yeah, no, there's slight differences. There's like the property stuff, obviously the Batman stuff. You can't mention Batman or Justice League, which is fucking stupid since the beginning of the show. Has the Warner Brothers logo on it. I thought, y'all motherfuckers should play along. And I get it, it's not on your network, but maybe you should let them do their own thing. Like, you know,
right?
Like, it's, I don't know, whatever. I digress. Yeah, no, the first 5 episodes are fucking amazing. And the 5th episode is the diner episode, if you remember.
Oof.
And they do not pull punches.
Okay.
It is real fucking close to that comic book. It is unsettling.
Okay.
And it is, oh man.
I can't wait to get to that part then.
Yeah.
Because that was an unsettling part of the comic. Yeah,
bro. Dude. I was like, what did you do? Why did you do this? I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, it's crazy because like the visuals are outstanding in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how this wasn't the most expensive thing that Netflix has ever made. Because there's some scenes in this I'm like, what now? How you do this? Like when he goes to hell? Holy shit, man. It is outstanding. And I don't know if they used volume sets on it or whatever, or they just have really good rotoscoping people, because, man, it is gorgeous and terrifying all at the same time.
Okay.
And it's just, it looks like so good, like when you see it, and it's just, I know a lot of it is like, I think it's some practical stuff because there's like human beings, like obviously it's fucking hell. But there's like the walls are made of humans.
Oh.
And they move.
Okay.
And I'm like, part of that has got to be real, right? Like they just are unsettling. And there's like
it could be a practical effect that they're doing.
Yeah, and you're gonna fucking love the audio in the hell episode.
Okay.
Bro, it's gonna fucking blow your shit.
Good.
Like, it's just madness what they do in that.
Love good audio.
Yeah, it's fucking, and they...
Unless it sits there and stutters. It stops.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and then fuck you.
Unless it doesn't work, and then I'm frustrated, and then I'm not happy. I will say the casting so far, obviously, really have only seen Dream, and I don't remember the guy's name playing Morpheus. Really good. Really fantastic. The way he talks is almost like he's doing an impression of James McAvoy's Morpheus, but like obviously still his own, much like the way like Henry Cavill does his interpretation of Geralt, from the Witcher games. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I was so hoping that when he talked, because you don't really. I guess you do hear him. I think you hear him monologue in the one of the commercials, but like to actually hear him talk in the show, it's so satisfying that he sounds the way he does. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's good times.
I thought it was funny to see Lannister in there. I didn't realize that he was in there playing the warlock or wizard that captures Dream.
Yep.
Thought that was pretty funny. Plays a dickhead really well.
Yeah, he's good at that shit.
Yeah.
He's a really
Everyone
good
else
bad
is
father.
What?
He's a really good bad father.
Exactly. He's a really good bad father. Exactly how he is in this movie. He has that scene where he mentions like his only good son or something like that, and his other son is just like, God, fuck. And then the guy who plays the Corinthian. Why am I spacing? Yeah, the Corinthian.
Corinthian, yeah.
I know we've went over his name before because I confused him with another actor.
Boyd Holbrook.
Creepy as all fuck, and I love it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see more of him.
He's just so unsettling. It's just fucked
and
up.
When you get to see the teeth, eyes for the first time, ugh.
Yep. I was like, oh shit, that's gnarly.
That is unsettling. Unsettling.
You are gross, sir.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I've only seen the first episode. I'm already hooked. I want to watch the rest of it. I will eventually watch the rest of it. Hoping that Netflix audio doesn't cut out, especially during the good audio parts that'll be coming later.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You want to just move on to Paper Girls then?
Yes, sir.
All right, another show that from a comic book, really good comic book by Brian K. Vaughan. I can't remember who does the art in it.
Cliff Chang.
Cliff Chang. Okay. I've only watched the first episode, and I'm hooked as well. I really love the comic book, and this is again very much so just like the Sandman. They're pretty much sticking to the material as written so far.
Yep.
Haven't watched anything else, obviously, like I said. So I'll just talk about that. The few things there are the characters are very spot on for the actors are very spot on for the characters in the comic book. And there's not really much to say else beyond that. They don't really have a whole lot of like CG or anything in the first episode. It is very much so more of a grounded, you're in a small town place in the 1980s. It's the night of Halloween, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's the night of Halloween.
They called it Hell Night or
Hell Night, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Mostly because you just have those people the kids that are going around TPing things and Jesus Christ, causing like what looked like destruction on the streets. Like this wasn't just like your normal like haha I'm gonna TP things. Like this looked like, people just throwing things around and destroying stuff, and then the teenagers going around like harassing people. But everything really well done. I really enjoyed it. You have a little bit of time travel that happens at the end there, where they travel into the future. There's not much more to say about the first episode, besides that it's just setting things up for what is to come later.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to watch more. Cody?
So like I said earlier, I got through 2 episodes. Yeah, didn't do the third one. So this is my rant before I get into what I loved about the show, and I did love it.
Oh, your rant about Amazon, because I think I know what it is. Let me take a stab. Let me take a stab in the dark at what your rant about Amazon's app is, because I think I understand what it is, because I encountered this. I went, hey, that's right, Paper Girls. I'm gonna go watch Paper Girls. So where's Paper Girls? Oh yeah, Amazon Prime. So I open up the Prime app, and nowhere on the front page is Paper Girls. Not in the banner up top, not in the hey, what's new or whatever it is. I don't remember what the sections are called or whatnot below it. No Paper Girls whatsoever. That's weird. So I go over to Originals, I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
Whatever it is in the top bar. I go over. Okay, go down. Then I think I had to scroll over a couple more. Oh, there's Paper Girls. That's weird. This is a brand new property that you have been advertising, but it's not front page some reason. Is that your complaint?
That's part of it.
Okay. That was the only complaint that I could find right away, was just like, this is dumb. Why is it not front page banner hear something new play.
Yeah. So that was part of it. And then once I got to it, I was like, oh, here's a banner for it. Click. All right. Play. No video.
Oh.
Just audio. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a minute or so.
What is this, anti-Netflix?
Yeah, I was like, I'll give this a minute. Maybe they're doing something different with the beginning. And then I realized it's making noises of something you're supposed to be seeing on screen. I was like, okay, back out.
Avant-garde.
Back out. Because I've had issues like that with like it's not playing properly like, from episode to episode, which is just boggles my mind that their fucking servers are so terrible, even though they run cloud servers for so many different companies.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, cool. I'll just go to the next episode, let it play, and go back, right? Nope, still had the same issue. So what the fuck? So I backed out of the app, closed it, reopened it, same thing. I was like, hold on. Let's see how broken this still is. I find Paper Girls on the list, not using a banner. Start it, instantly plays. No problems.
I remember you having that problem with banners before.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
It was for Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. Okay.
I pick it from the banner. It brings you the same landing page. It doesn't automatically play an episode. It brings you the same landing page. You hit play on episode. Does not play properly.
Yeah, and I think I've had that with either Man in the High Castle or something else, where, yeah, if you clicked on the banner, for some reason it seems to take you to what looks like the same page as the actual video, but it had problems.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you had to actually search for the episode, for the show that you're looking for, and then it would play fine.
Yeah.
But for some reason, if you went through the banner, it just wouldn't play.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, well, stop using banner, Cody. You clearly
Exactly,
this is an issue.
Clearly, they don't want to banner it anyway for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see a banner for it at all.
Yeah.
I actually had to go to the show's landing page.
Yeah, I went on the main page, I just arrowed over on the banner, and then I found it. I was like, why is this so far away? What's happening here? But yeah, don't use the banner, is all I'm saying. Like, and also, Amazon, fix your fucking app. And Netflix,
fix your fucking app.
Bro, give me categories. Don't make me have to fucking go through a website to fucking find your categories. Just give me on the sidebar a genre section so I can choose a genre to look for. So I don't have to go for your fucking... I know you have more than 30 horror movies on here.
Right.
But I can only see 30 at a time because that's all your fucking scrolling bar shit gives me.
Mm-hmm.
Remember before you did that and it showed you like the top ones and you went to the end and it says view more and it showed you a whole bunch? That's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. And you actually have to search for horror to find stuff. You can't just go to a section. Like, if you go to any other streaming service, I think, I'll have to check Amazon, maybe I'll be wrong about that. You go to movies, and then there's a section, oh no, Amazon does have it, you go down. In Netflix, every now and then, you'll get that, one of the many lower levels, you'll get a square that says, like, action, whatever, and you click on that, and it gives you a bunch, but then they're terribly organized in there, too. It's like, 90s action, 2000s action. I'm like, just give me a section with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But no, doesn't. Anyways, Paper Girls. Back to the actual show. So good. And it is... I mean, I'd have to go back, and it's been a while since I read it. I'd have to go back, but I think they are pretty fucking spot on with everything happening in that show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's... The best part is it feels... And I don't know if this was a budgetary thing or what, but it feels like you're watching an 80s sci-fi. There's a little bit of a cheese to some of it, but then there's other parts that are just spectacular, like the fact that the dudes with the modifications, the teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert, by the way, it's an ageist thing. The older people are fighting the younger people, and the younger people have no idea what the older people are fighting them for. But their modifications, they look good. They don't look prosthetic-y. They look very good. And I was like, oh, all right. It was weird, though. I know why they didn't do it. I know why they couldn't do it. But I was really hoping that the device that she picked up was an iPod.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And it wasn't. It was just some kind of hard drive thing that basically, whatever. I was like, oh, man, I really wish it was just an iPod that was, obviously modified and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But clearly it wasn't. It would have been awesome if it was a Zune, too, because it was at first I was like, is that a fucking Zune? and then it was just some fancy looking fucking thing. I was like, man, it would have been cool as shit if it was like a Zune or an iPod.
That would have been cool.
But whatever. Yeah. So first episode. Trying to remember where it ends.
It ends with in the kitchen of what's her name?
Oh, the adult version.
Yeah, adult version of her. Yeah. That's where it ends.
Yeah. Not that if I said anything after that, you would get spoiled because you've read it.
I literally read it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was watching. I was like, dang, they did a good job. Like even the girls all looked this. I was like,
they all looked the part.
I was like, you nailed the shit out of this.
Right.
Ah, damn. Yeah, and it was just yeah, and the second episode is just as well done and everything. I can't remember the actress's name that plays the leader of the old people, but she is unsettling in that second episode.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'll let you watch it and fucking see it, but she just goes from like this nice old lady to this fucking murderous monster, and I was like, someone needs to dial that fucking back because that chick is terrifying.
Right.
Terrifying. But yeah, no, super enjoyable. It's just it has all the great character points in it for the girls. It's just, I mean, man, it was just so much fun. I was like, man, dude, they did a good job on this shit. Like, hopefully it goes past season 1. You know what I mean? Because spoiler.
It'd be just interesting to see where season 1 ends.
Yeah, I didn't look at the descriptions of it like I normally do.
Because the comic series isn't a very long comic series. I don't actually remember the...
Well, there's 3 main volumes
3 main volumes? So, what, about 30 issues in total?
I think so, yeah. I know there's like 8 episodes of Paper Girls.
So if you do, like, you know, 1 season per volume, which I think is doable, then you're going to get about 3 seasons out of it.
Yeah, let me see.
And I don't know if this is a type of property that I would want them to extend things out. It was such a very good and concise story.
Yeah, 30 issues is how many there were.
Yeah. So it was a good and concise story that I don't think that they really need to add much to.
No.
So I don't think it's something that they should extend out if they want to.
Dun, 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 dun.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where season 1 ends. I know I went through and I read the descriptors, but they don't necessarily mean anything to me.
Matinee. Okay. No, they don't mean a whole lot to me either.
Yeah. Because what does the final episode say?
It be over.
It be over.
Yeah, the letter B, too. It's fucking fantastic. I just read the last part of it, remember where it's at, so I don't want to spoil nothing for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. No, I highly enjoyed it. It's a great time had by all. And it's a very how do I put this in a way that doesn't make it sound like I'm shitting on it? Outlandish story?
It's an outlandish story.
Okay,
it is good. A very outlandish story.
Yeah, I'm not trying to find words that say bad. I'm trying to find words that you can't make it sound like I don't like it. Like outlandish is. I didn't want to say like weird because that seems like a negative connotation. Outlandish seems better. But it's just one of those things where like there's a lot to it that's more than just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the right words to use. I think so. I just want to get to the point where I want it to be successful enough they make a season 2 and season 3.
Right.
So we can see a giant robot is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Or at least season 2 so I can see a giant robot. I mean, I'd like to see all of it. But in Amazon, now, don't get me wrong. Amazon has some really good original properties.
They do.
But we have to wait so fucking long for more of it.
Yeah.
Carnival Row.
I was just gonna say that.
Where the fuck is that at?
It was season 2 is done filming. The last I heard, they're in post production on it, but I have yet to ever have seen a release date for it.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's all because of COVID.
Oh, I'm sure. But even then, like,
that was still what, 2 years ago?
No, it was like, dude, that was like 2017, I think.
Yeah, that season 1 came out, and then they were like, yeah, we're doing season 2, and then stuff happened, and COVID happened, and it finally got shot. It's done. Season 2 is filmed. But when it comes out, I have no idea.
2019 is when season 1 came out. August 30th of 2019 was when season 1 came out. Season 2, as of right now, fuck all is known. Because it says here, literally all it says is who wrote the first and second season. It has nothing about a date of anything.
Yeah.
In July of 2019, they renewed it for a second season, yet we've yet to see a goddamn thing about it. So that's cool. Filming for the second season officially wrapped in September of 2021.
Yep. It'll be almost a year since filming finished. So obviously it goes into, having to do all the CG work and stuff, but a year's worth of CG work?
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
Just get your shit fixed, man. Like, even with like Jack Ryan's show.
Yeah, what happened to that?
That seems like there was a bunch of time between that, right? Like,
oh yeah, well, it's probably been another year or two since we last saw the last season.
Let's see.
And I haven't seen John Krasinski talk about it at all.
Season 1 was 2018. Season 2 was 2019. Obviously, the pandemic did not help that at all, just like it didn't help anything else.
Right. But then after that, it went quiet. Like, I don't even know if they shot a third season.
Wait, what? Hold on. Hold here.
I'm holding.
This says, and this is Wikipedia, so I don't know if this is how factual this is. I can probably check it because there's a footnote here. It says, on May 9th of 2022, before the release of the third season... What?
You're saying season 3 is out?
See, I say that, but Wikipedia only lists 2 seasons. It says it's been renewed for 3, and it's going to end with 4, which is depressing, by the way. It says, on May 9th, 2022, before the release of the third season, it was confirmed. So, obviously, May 9th is before the release because it hasn't come out yet, and that was before. So, I get that wording. It's just a very poor way of putting it. It says, it was confirmed the series would end after 4 seasons. Then it says, a spin-off revolving around Peña's character was also announced to be in development. But this does not tell me when I'm going to get to see it.
So I pulled up another article from a website called Digital Spy.
Ooh.
That was released in July 27th, so not too long ago. It doesn't give anything definitive of when season 3 will be. But it says that it is coming. Doesn't say that's even in production. It just says that, they plan on doing season 3 and that it will end after season 4.
Well, I don't like any of this because I want to watch it.
Right?
So, get your shit together. Let's rally the fucking banners. Get all the king's men's in line and get this shit done. Oh, so they're gonna continue a spin-off series with Michael Pena's character after season 4. Interesting. Well, can we just get season 3 and season 4, and then we'll go from there? How's that?
Right.
Is that too much to fucking ask? No? All right, cool.
Apparently it is for Amazon.
Yeah, fuck Amazon. Oh, like it fucking matters what I say. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll work on going to see Bullet Train here pretty soon. Joe, how's that? Sound good to you? All right,
Sounds
cool.
good to me.
All right, buddy. That's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Joe.
I have been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.